There are some hot teas in this kitchen, and I'm not talking about the Castor crew. So today we're making some hot beverages, and everyone likes a certain type of hot beverage if you're just trying to study for exams and calm down a little bit there, or if you're just trying to get cozy at night. So today we'll be making 3 different kinds, and as we know, we'll need all 3 to get through this Michigan weather. Alright, so the first recipe I have is a delicious spin on our favorite sandwich cookie. All you'll need is a pack of Oreo cookies, some hot chocolate mix, some whipped cream if you're into that, and milk. So first, you'll want to heat up the milk, and you can use the stove for this, you can use the microwave for this. Just don't use the sun because that's not very good. Lots of bacteria. I wish we had a laugh track so I knew if my jokes were funny. Alright, so you'll need a Ziploc baggie and you'll need a couple cookies. I'm probably going to do 6. And you probably know where this is headed. Put the cookies in the bag and then you're going to destroy the cookies. Now this is a good time to let out any anger that you might be feeling, especially since we did just get past midterms. I'm not sure when this video is going to come out, but either way, there's always some aggression that you need to release. I love Oreos. Oreos are like, I would eat this whole bag and then I'd go buy another one because I need more. And I've done that before. If you have a rolling pin, this might be a little bit easier to do, or of course if you have a blender or something similar, that would be a good option as well. So basically you just want to keep doing this until the pieces are as small as possible because you are going to be drinking this. I was talking with someone the other day and they were talking about how they hadn't really thought about infinity before and that you really, like, the human mind can't comprehend infinity, and like they were pretty upset about that. But it's like, I don't know, man. We got hot chocolate, we got Oreos. I don't know what there is to be too fussed about. Lots of things, I'm just kidding. But now the best way to do this would be to get a blender or something similar and blend this all up because obviously it would be a little faster. But since we don't have a blender, we're going to put the hot chocolate into the bag, and then we're going to put the bag into the milk. And that's why you want to make sure that you heat up the milk first before you put these together, because it's just not going to turn out too great if you don't. So whenever I use hot chocolate powder, I'm reminded of the time when I was in high school, and we had like this little like baking thing in the morning. I had to do it because I was in the choir, because it was supposed to like fundraise for our little choir things. I don't know. I hated doing it. There was this one kid, she was 25 cents short, a quarter short of getting a hot chocolate, and her mom was a teacher at my school. And so she was really upset because we wouldn't give her the hot chocolate since she was a quarter short. And all she had to do was go run and tell her mom that she needed an extra quarter. But instead she went and told her mom that we were bullying her. And so the mom comes over and says, "Were you really bullying my daughter?" And we're like, "No." Because why would we? Keep in mind, we were in 9th grade, and this girl was in like 5th grade or 4th grade. So, but I'm glad that I was there, because like I was seen as a little angel when I was in high school. It helped with the credibility. I'm like, "No, your kid's being a brat." She was. She's like, "Okay," and then we got a handwritten apology from her. Not the teacher, from the daughter. Doesn't that look delicious? Mmm. I think it does, but that's just because I like chocolate. So then you'll just want to do a little bit at a time, because if you do too much, it's going to get clumped up. just like that one salt guy. All right, and now we just have to enjoy it. It tastes really good. Now, if you're more of a tea person, then this drink is going to be more for you. All you'll need for this recipe is some green tea powder, which is matcha, by the way. You can get this in little packets like this. I believe this was about like $7-ish in a big packet of it at Meijer. Or you can just use normal green tea and let it steep inside of the water for a while. But we'll be using the powder because it's fancier and supposedly better for you. Then you'll want some sugar, some vanilla, and some milk. And if you don't have a frother, you'll want a mason jar, and we'll get to that later. All right, so the first thing you want to do is heat up some hot water. And you'll just want however much tea you're going to be making. So enough for a cup. And a little bit of wiggle room for the froth. All right, and now we just need to get that hot. And while we're waiting for that, go ahead and open up your green tea packet. And if you are measuring this out, it's going to be about just a teaspoon of the powder if you're not using a packet. The packet will have enough for a cup though. And so just dump it in there, make sure you get all the powder out. And then there will already be like little bumps in it. And so you can massage the packet when you do that, or you can just chop it up like I'm doing right now. Because you want it to be as smooth as possible before the water gets in there. And then I would just shake it around on the bottom. That way when you put the water in, it dissolves easier. All right, and go ahead and pour your ½ cup of milk inside of the mason jar or anything that closes with a lid. And you'll want to shake this for about 30 seconds to a minute. I really do like tea. Something I drink a lot is green tea with a little bit of organic honey in it, and that's really, really good. It's really calming, and I like that a lot, even though it has caffeine in it, but that doesn't really do anything for me. I actually don't see how people can drink tea and get some caffeine out of it to get them energized. But I think it's just because anything warm really makes me tired. But I know a lot of people do drink tea that makes them feel really energized. I like most berry teas, like the mixed ones, but really green tea is probably my favorite, especially with a little bit of honey in it. I can't dance, I'm white. I can't. This isn't Step It Up Revolution. So really this is done when it's just not moving around too much. And you want this because obviously if you've ever been in a coffee shop and you're getting a latte, there's that nice foam creamy layer on top. Alright. So our water's pretty boiled, so go ahead and turn off the stove if you're using that. If you use the microwave, then it was probably done a while ago. And you want to do a little bit of the water at a time. If you do too much, it's going to clump. And then you'll want to take off the top to your mason jar and go ahead and put it in the microwave for 30 seconds. When you put it in the microwave, I would make sure to pay attention to it because you don't want your milk to explode all over the place. Alright, so then before you put in the foam, you'll want to put in some sugar and vanilla. So you'll want a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract. I'm going to do a teaspoon or 2 teaspoons of sugar. And this is just really a preference thing, whatever you think is what you like. So if you like it sweeter, you can add more. If you don't like it quite as sweet, you can add a little bit less. And now you'll want to go ahead and put in your foam. And I probably won't be able to make any pictures in this because I'm not an artiste. All right, and now you're all set to go have a chill latte sesh. For this recipe, we're going to get a little magical. We're going to be making butterbeer, straight out of the world of Harry Potter. So what you'll need for this recipe is some salt, not quite this much because we're only going to be using a pinch of it, but this is what we got right now. You want some butterscotch, some heavy whipping cream, you want cream soda, you want vanilla extract, and you'll want some milk. Now this recipe is really easy because all you do is you dump it all in the pot. You want a half cup of cream soda. You want a half cup of whole milk. You want a 1/4 cup of heavy cream. Half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And 1 heaping tablespoon of butterscotch. And lastly, a pinch of salt. So once you have it up to bubbling, now it's ready to put it in the mug. And you can have it either just like that or with some whipped cream. Alright, there you have it. 3 warm and delicious drinks to calm you down and relax. I hope you all enjoyed and will enjoy all these drinks. Thank you so much.
Cameras rolling. This is butterbeer, don't sue us. JK Rowling.
Can we keep that part in? I probably look like in the bloopers.